I think something that we don't think about when it comes to God is, sure, God is always testing us. Satan is always putting his hand to the plow when he's trying to test our faith. But we ultimately should be testing ourselves. What do I mean by that? Testing yourself as a Christian is super important because you have to understand, where is your vices? Where does your purpose lie? Where does your faith lie? Ultimately, testing yourself needs to be something that you do in your alone time and in your free time, because there's going to be certain aspects of your life to where you're going to question, where am I going? Where is my heart at? What should my focus be on? That's why whenever I read the word, I think about examination, right? Every single day at the end of the day, I go and look at myself in the mirror. Even if I don't look in the mirror, I look at myself and I think to myself and I ask myself questions. What did I do today to bless the kingdom? What did I do today to enhance my relationship with God? What did I do today to bring others closer to God? Ultimately, what did I do as a Christian to where I showed the world and explain to the world that I am a Christian? Not through my words, but through my actions, through how I live my life, through my, what do the kids use? Aura, through the aura I present, just being in the same room as other people, being in the same vicinity as others. When it comes to being tested of our faith, one of the things I like to do as a Christian follower is test myself and put myself in situations that ultimately test my trust in him. Number one, what I do is sometimes I go and I put in a lot of effort in the weight room. If you all watch, if y'all are on my Instagram, I post a lot about my workouts. I post some very difficult workouts where I am basically pushing myself to the limit, where I am basically trying to lift the heaviest weight. Sure, like that may look silly from somebody on the outside looking in, but whenever you start repping it, you start pushing it, and you start actually grinding towards a certain goal, you want to do heavier because you want to increase your strength. For me in the season, I'm trying to increase my strength and to bulk up, right? I'm trying to just be aesthetically lean. But one thing I know when it comes to lifting is you have to continue to push your body without wearing it out. One of the key things that it has tested my faith in is that, am I going to still trust God that he will push me through this workout? Am I going to continue to trust not only my own self, but trust God that he will continue to push me through so I continue to get stronger, continue to grow in all aspects of my life? The gym has been something that has been added to my life, and I fell in love with it, and it's something that has enhanced my life, but ultimately it has enhanced my Christian walk. It has given me confidence, it has given me even more belief, but it has given me even more structure. What am I really talking about in this video? I'm talking about putting yourself in that environment to where your faith is being tested. That may be going outside of your boundaries, moving to a new location, going away to college, moving out of your parents' house. Maybe that's, going to get another job. Maybe that's traveling the world and going to a different country and going through ups and downs and struggles and going through spiritual warfare. These many factors are things that can enhance your faith, right? I know the Bible talks about how our struggles ultimately enhance our faith, right? That the struggles you're going through now, you won't be going through forever, right? That the struggles have a purpose, that everything that you've gone through, that you've experienced, has a purpose. And so whenever you put yourself in those tough and uncomfortable situations where everything's not on your side, nobody knows you, you know nobody, you don't know the rules, you don't know the circumstances, you don't know the environment, you don't know you don't know anything. That certain place that you put yourself in is the ultimate test of faith. Sure, the ultimate test of faith is Satan, but our ultimate test of faith is ultimately ourselves. Can you and do you have the ability to test yourself? Yes. Will you test yourself? A lot of us won't. A lot of us don't seek to push past our limit. That's why I love Goku. If you watch Dragon Ball Z, I love Dragon Ball Z because that show is big on pushing your limits. Goku, who was looked at as a low class Saiyan, was seen as somebody who was weak, who didn't have the capabilities to transform, to elevate his power, and that he was just somebody to just throw to the wayside. But ultimately, Goku knew deep down inside he had full confidence in himself that he would be able to push past his limits. He would be able to push past even Vegeta, who believed that Kakarot, he turned from Kakarot, you're weak, I don't see you, you'll never be stronger than me, to, man, I can't even keep up with this dude. This dude is always surpassing me. That's how I look at my faith. It's like, it's not a comparison or a competitive game, but it's almost like a competitiveness against myself. It's like me competing with the man in the mirror. It's like, am I going to stick to my guns? Am I going to stick to my faith? And am I going to test myself? It is not only about God testing us. It is not only about Satan testing us, but it's about us. Are you going to be willing to put yourself into uncomfortable situations in order to ultimately grow your faith and grow your opportunities? To not only grow your ministry, but to grow in every single path and part of your life. If this video didn't help you, I understand. Because you probably already clicked off. But if you've watched up to this point, you understand what I am talking about. You understand what I'm talking about. There's been a lot of points in my Christian walk where I didn't want to put myself in a different space because I was afraid to jump into something new, right? I was afraid to jump into something that could elevate my life. I was scared to jump into a new situation that could better me, but that could also test me, right? I feel like life is about not only trials and tribulations, but I feel like life's about growing from these struggles. And that is what the true test of faith is, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. Thank you for watching. I hope this video bless you. As always, God bless every single one of you. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. And I hope that I'll be making another video for you all. Love you all.